So BCR 1.1 is really basic. So we're going to start off the bonding compounds reactions unit with something kind of like as a review from last unit, the ASPT unit. And the objective is using the periodic table to represent valence electrons in Lewis dot diagrams and determine ionic charge. Well, the great thing about this objective is two of the three things you already know how to do. You already know how to use the periodic table to determine valence electrons, and you already know how to use the periodic table to determine ionic charge. The only thing we don't know how to do, which is a pretty easy skill, is drawing these Lewis dot diagrams. And these things will be very helpful when we start getting into bonding and helping us diagram what bonding or how bonding occurs. There are two suggested activities, and there's a ton more practice if necessary. The first activity is just the basic understanding how to draw Lewis dot diagrams. There are two methods. You can either go for a mini lesson or you can opt for a video. Both of those give you the same knowledge, take about the same amount of time. It's just a matter of preference. And Lewis dot diagram practice is just a practice, simple, straightforward of practicing the skill. Like I mentioned, there are other activities like time quizzes, competitions, that kind of thing, that'll help you with getting better at the skill. But ultimately, to master it, you probably only need these two activities. Big idea questions you need to be able to answer. Understand what is being represented, in Lewis dot diagrams. Draw Lewis dot diagrams for any element on the periodic table, and determine any ionic charge for any element on the periodic table. So the last thing, just as a recap, objective 1.1 is use the periodic table to represent valence electrons in Lewis dot diagrams and determine ionic charge. Like I said, pretty straightforward objective. Should take you about a day or less to master. Let me know if you have any questions or need any advice.